Okay, back miniatures finished, just done the backpack there. Okay, so now I'm literally going, where are we? Can we get that in? Yep. I'm just going to be adding a drop of ultramarine blue to that mix there. If it wants to come out. There we go, that'll do fine. And obviously that's going to need to be thinned down quite a bit, so let's just chuck some normal regular water in there. We don't need the special stuff for this. A bit more water, I think. You can see that I actually have my paints quite thin. I'll try and see, yeah, that should do, that should be fine. And now I'm just going to select parts of the miniature that I want to take another step further. The technique that I'm going to use here is not really like a form of wet blending. Hang on a second, let's get this focused again. We're just going to be making the miniature just that much more lighter. I lost my bearings for a second there, I was looking for my brush. So let's show you what I mean. Zoom out a bit so I don't take him off camera. And see how here earlier on I'm just going to make a thinner line this time around, and again it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, I'd normally take a little more care, but when the miniature's quite far away, if you want a perfect miniature for Cool Mini, you'd be taking your time here, and you'd keep going over it and layer blend, and you'd layer blend, and you keep making the colours lighter in concession. I'll show you here as well. I'm going to leave a little bit more of the old colour. So I'm gradually coming further away from the actual colour that was previously laid down. So here I'm coming a little further down. This is the quickest way to build up your highlights. There is a longer way, and I'd refer you to watching Canvas One's new video on how to paint yellow, I think it was called, and any number of girl paintings tutorials. I don't think Les from Awesome Paint Jobs got a video on layer blending a Space Marine, but I could be wrong. He's got quite a few videos up, so I mean, feel free to check those out as well. But yeah, as I say, what I'm trying to do is just gradually make it look more 3D by bringing the colour a tiny bit brighter. With this miniature, this Space Marine, whoops, epic fail. Make sure when your miniature's on the did you see that, Darian? That was funny. Make sure that the miniatures are really pressed down. Learn from my mistake. Okay. Right, what was I saying before that miniature dropped off there? Yeah, you basically just want to get the miniature to look a tiny bit brighter. So I'm just going to hit the top there, and obviously the light's really going to be hitting there, so we're definitely hitting up there and there. Going to go down quite low. when I'm painting. I never normally paint this quick. I'm just trying to show you guys. Let's just put that down again. I just added a drop of water to the paint mix there. Sorry, I did that off camera, and that was just from the water pot there. I'll just keep going round as it dries and keep adding. Where I think this is a much quicker stage because you're not going close to the edges and you're not paying much attention to the you're not paying much attention to fine detail. You're just literally slapping the paint on the raised areas of the miniature to just make the colour pop a bit more. See, just on the toe there, a bit more there. And I'll just go around systematically, just finding bits. Pays to be a bit more religious, concentrating on one area, like finish the arm first and the shoulder pad. I'm jumping around now for illustration purposes, but if you jump around too much, you might leave off a part of the miniature that you forgot to do. So try and stick to one part at a time. See, again, that would definitely be receiving a lighter coat there, but you want to, every stage that you do it, like I'm not going to go right up to the top of the colour that I laid down before. I'm just going to go a bit lower, and that's how we're building it up. And again, leaving a bit of the previous colour. I do apologise if I take it off camera. Right, I think that should be enough for you to get the gist of what I mean about this stage of painting. You're just leaving some of the previous colour and you're concentrating on the raised areas of the miniature. Like I'm going back over the shoulder pad there again, and I'll probably do that 2 or 3 times. I'll go to the next one. I'll just hit it again at the top. Again there. Again at the side. Again, I'm not painting down with a brush, I'm using the shape of the brush to paint that. Need a bit more paint on there actually, sorry. I'm doing habits I don't normally do. See the brush there? Let's get it to focus. Maybe it won't, maybe it will, who knows. The brush is, the paint's got near the ferrule. Try not to let that happen. It's how you ruin your brush, and you get less control over the brush as well when it does that. So yeah. Right, I'm going to cut it here, you get the gist of it, and I'm going to carry on with that and I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished. Hi, back again. As you can see, that's been finished. Now you can keep going and going and going, and the blend will look much nicer, but for how far we're going to take this miniature, it's not needed. I'm not going to go that far. I'm taking my time as it is, to be honest, and I think the overall look, because we're going to battle damage this Space Marine, and most of the colour blending that you may have seen on a couple of my other models will be lost once we've finished putting the decals on and we've started doing some damage on it. So the colour contrast that we've got at the moment should be fine. Okay, next stage is going to be painting all the areas that we want to be black, like the gun. I'm going to paint that black. These, oops, sorry, outshot. These little things there are coming off his helmet. The exhaust stacks, these exhausts on the bottom of the backpack there, the back of the knee joints there, back of the legs. So anything that I'm going to either keep black or paint silver is going to be hit with this stuff. Just plain old black. You can use your chaos black, whatever you want to use, but flat black basically. So I'm not going to do that on camera. Basically it's exactly the same as before. I'm going to put 1 drop of paint to 1 drop of water ratio. Again, the whole reason that we do that is not to obscure any of that lovely detail on the miniature. So cutting it here, and I'll be back as soon as that's done. Back again, and all the black has been done. Now I'm literally going to be going over the black areas with my metallic colour, which is, well, here it is. It's Vallejo Model Air Steel. Now if you want to know the reason why I use this over other metallics, I have other videos. I really like these paints. So these come thin as it is, but if you're using regular metallic acrylics like GW or the Game Colour range, and I believe also the model range of Vallejo, they'll all need thinning. Put comments down below if you don't need to thin the model Vallejo model colour range. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start painting with this. I might do this on camera so you can see how it goes on, so bear with me while I set that up. Okay, I'm going to start painting the gun first of all, and I'm just going to hit certain areas. This part of the gun here, this big plate, I'm going to leave black, so I'm just going to paint all this stuff down here silver. And as you can see, it goes on really smooth. We'll paint the top bar as well, I think. Let's try and get that in shot. There we go. And this part of the gun back here is going to be silver as well, so we're just leaving the top plate, that will be silver as well. I'll hit that up, and these parts of the don't worry too much if you go over it. We've got to paint that brown anyway there, so that's not crucial that you're accurate. You just need to be careful when you're painting that if you have finished an area, you have to be careful. But if you know you're going to be painting something in, you can be a little bit careless in certain areas. Help speed up the process. Okay, right, I'm going to cut it here. I'm going to finish that. I'm going to paint the exhaust stacks there silver, this part silver, and the backs of the legs. So we're going to go and do that. And again, making sure if you use metallics, you'll probably need to use 2 or 3 coats if you're using the standard acrylic metallics, because of how it covers. Some of my original Marines, I thinned the metallics, but not enough, and the finish is just horrible. It's all globby and blobby and lumpy. So anyway, stop rambling now, and I'm gonna go on and finish painting up the silver.